Rise Against released their first new song in years, and no one cares. The new song is Broken Dreams Inc., and I was very excited when I got the notification that Rise Against was releasing something new. I've been born and raised in Chicago, so the band means that much more to me, so I was kind of taken aback when the song was released, and I didn't really see any excitement in the scene at all. I even went on Twitter to say just that, and the like you see on that tweet is from the official Rise Against account, so it's safe to say that I wasn't the only one who noticed the general lack of excitement around Broken Dreams Inc. This is Rise Against, Swing Life Away Rise Against, Give It All Rise Against, Siren Song of the Counterculture Rise Against, Appeal to Reason Rise Against, Revolutions Per Minute. I mean, this is one of the biggest bands in punk rock. They have 5 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Rise Against aren't some washed up band playing their one hit song to some summer lawn festival crowd. Rise Against now, however, I don't think many people would argue are now in that legacy band category. And when I say legacy band, I mean a band that has achieved success, a band that most people are aware of, and is still releasing music. I think the scene has a little bit of a problem of just dismissing bands from the 90s or 2000s, or really just the past in general, that are still releasing music, because a lot of fans think it's just hurting their legacy or it's never as good as the old stuff. But if we're looking at bands like that, other examples would be your Against Me's, Yellow Card, or Alkaline Trio. Bands that have hit songs or a hit album and people just cringe when they release new music. But my point here is, if you listen to newer Against Me or Alkaline Trio, you can easily make the argument that it's some of the best stuff they've ever released, and it's been late into their careers. So Rise falls into the legacy band category, but how did we get there? When I was getting into punk or just alternative music in general, Rise Against were one of the pillars of punk. It's punk 101, especially growing up, like I said, here in Chicago. Rise Against means just that much more. Growing up in the punk scene in Chicago, your kind of core bands that you listened to at least when I first got into it, was Rise Against, Naked Ray Gun, The Lawrence Arms, Fall Out Boy, Alkaline Trio, and of course on the emo side, American Football. I remember in high school, the really hardcore metal fans, they only listened to Converge or Black Dahlia Murder, and they hated all the pop punk and punk rock that I listened to, except for Rise Against. Rise Against was the band that got a pass. They have a number of classic albums: Revolutions Per Minute, Siren Song, Suffer and the Witness, Appeal to Reason, a trove of classic songs that I'm sure you're humming along to right now. Rise Against have earned their spot. That is not in question. So let's get to the new song, Broken Dreams Inc. The new song is a part of the DC Comics soundtrack for Dark Knight's death metal, which is a weird way to release your first new song in 3 years, but it is new, so I'm not going to complain about it. Speaking to American songwriter Tim from Rise Against said this about the song. This was an idea that we had been working on before we were even approached. The music is almost a year old, and the lyrics and vocals I didn't write until this year. Broken Dreams Inc. was a lot of Rise Against music and dystopian imagery. It's like your imagination when you look out into the world and see the direction it's going. And if we keep this up, this is what the future is going to look like. In that sense, this is where Rise Against seeks to activate and motivate people. We do it by painting a picture. The song played a lot with that dystopian nature even before the pandemic in Black Lives Matter. And it's eerie how the lyrics fit even though they were written before. The song is dark and somber, but it does offer a little hope. It just seems bland to me, that's how I would describe it, and that's what I've seen online. Even from the most hardcore of fans, like on the Rise Against subreddit, it doesn't seem like everyone is really in love with this new song. But not all the comments were negative, and hey, the song is in the band's top songs on Spotify, which you would expect because it is a new song, but it also does have over 2 million listens. Broken Dreams just sounds like an interchangeable song from any of the band's last few albums like Wolves or The Black Market. Both albums which were big letdowns for me, albums that I never go back to. They just seem generic and bland, and you can really switch songs between any of those albums, and including Broken Dreams Inc. What I want in a new Rise Against album is one that I can say is better than Revolutions Per Minute, one that's better than Appeal to Reason. Other bands in the Rise Against space of being older bands that are still releasing music have released some of their best stuff late into their career, and I really don't have any questions that Rise Against has the potential to do that. A lot of bands in the emo, pop punk, and punk rock scene are doing very cool and interesting things, and I would love to be excited when Rise Against release new music. What do you think about the brand new Rise Against song? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Did you even notice that there was a new song? Have you been listening to the band's last few albums? Let me know down in the comments below. Please like and share the video, subscribe if you haven't, tell all your friends, follow me on Twitter, and thanks for watching.